Hello. We're doing a stash thing. Hi everyone, I'm Ying Ying and welcome back to the Noodle Kids Navy podcast. Welcome to 2024. Happy New Year. It's like half a month already. Hi Hades. And yeah, this is gonna be my first video of 2024. And it's going to be the show my stash / organizing, because I don't know how much of this I'm gonna organize. It's pretty much already organized, but it's also very disorganized. So as you can see, this is a stash tour. I'm going to be talking about most of my stash. There are some that are just like very scrappy or like yarn that I want to get rid of, so I don't really want to talk about those, and I don't have much to say about those, so I'm not going to talk about it. But these are like, this is most of my stash. I know it's a lot, and this is in no means like a video to tell people that you should buy stash, that you should have a stash, that you shouldn't have a stash. This is just me trying to show you what I have, and we're just trying to have some fun here. And please don't feel bad if you don't have this amount of yarn, or if you have way more than this. It's your stash, you do whatever you want with it. Yeah, let's just get into it. I don't want this intro to be too long, so I'm going to try to cut out as much of the plastic as possible, but I'm not great at editing, and I try my best. But if there's plastic sound and you're sensitive to this, I would suggest that you do not watch this video, because I can't avoid the plastic sound. Also, I keep my stash in plastic, and I keep it in like a really cheap cube shelf thing. I used to not have them in plastic, but at some point we got some moths, and I was afraid that they were wool moths, but I don't think they are, because they didn't touch any of the yarn or my sweaters. So that's a good thing, but I still got scared, so I just got a bunch of large Ziploc bags and just put my yarn in it. But yeah, that's enough explanation. Let's just go into the yarn, and I'm going to go by whatever bag I grab first. First yarn that I grab is a set of mini. I don't know how well you all can see this, but I'm gonna try to like show them close enough to the camera so it kind of blocks my face and you can see it and it's all blurry. So this is a set of mini, and this is from Campfiber yarns. This is the Fall Woodlands collection, and this is the 5 variegated colors that are in the collection. I really hope that Laura brings the colors back, because they are absolutely gorgeous, and if she does bring them back, I want to get a sweater quantity if I'm able to. If I have plans for these yarn, I'm gonna talk about it, but mostly I buy yarn, and it's a hobby, and it's fun. Next, we have this one. If you watch my previous podcast, I believe, or the one before, well, a few podcasts ago, it's a sock train colorway of Lichen and Lace, and this is the colorway Chrysanthemum. And it's this gorgeous variegated skein of red and yellow. I'm thinking about doing like a Lichen and Lace sock train review, and I know some people are interested in it, so I'll like talk about the colors, but I'm not really going to kind of get into like how I think about it. It's probably gonna be a separate video. Keyword probably. Next, we have typical Bliss. This is the Eco Fingering base in the colorway Lady Eboshi, and this is the Princess Mononoke collection that Tiffany had a while ago. I really wanted to get something from the House Moving Castle collection, I just couldn't, but the colorways are so good. This is a medium to deep tone of a blue that is leaning towards indigo. I was thinking of making a Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit, but I never got to it. But I think it would be a nice color and knitted fabric, so we'll see in the future if I do it. Next, we have typical Bliss again. I put them in the same bag. This is the worsted base in the color Night Walker, and it's a variegated yarn of a white, blue, green, and a darker blue. So this yarn, I had a lot of trouble thinking about what I should make with it. I started making a clove sweater by Rachel Kurihara, but I want to frog it because my gauge isn't matching and I don't like how dense the fabric is. because the yarn is like worsted, but it's more like a DK. But for the clove sweater, I believe it's like a 22 stitches gauge, so this yarn is a bit too thick for it. I'm gonna think about something else to make with it. The yarn is pretty good. Next, we have still typical Bliss, and this is in the fingering weight. It just says fingering wool, so it's a sock yarn. It's 80/20 superwash merino and nylon, and this is the colorway Sky Coffee. It's a really soft variegation yarn of a light brown and a light lavender. This is from last year, not 2023, but 2022's Christmas advent calendar, I believe. And Tiffany opened a pre-order for the colorways of the full Skein advent box, so I got a few, and this is one of the colorways. I just love how she creates like really soft colors. It's really my cup of tea. Last one in the first bag. So this is Peppermint Mocha, I believe it's called, from Hawari Bazaar. It's a DK 100% superwash merino, I believe, and it's a variegation of a dark brown and a white with speckles of blue, of green and red. So very Christmassy, very like peppermint hot cocoa-y, even though I don't like peppermint drinks. But I am making something with this. I have ran into a bit of a trouble, but I'll talk about it in the next podcast. So I'm not sure like if I'm gonna keep knitting that, but I'll talk about it in the next podcast. So if you wanna watch that, stay tuned, subscribe, and click the notification bell. I'm doing the YouTube-y thing, so we're gonna do this bag next. This bag is a lot of single skein. Yeah, I think they're all single skeins. I don't have like a sort of quantity in it. Maybe one. We'll talk about it. So next we have this one. This color is Forget Me Not from Lichen and Lace Sock Train in the beginning of the year. I don't remember if it's... I think this is from February. I think this is the very first colorway that I got because I missed January. So it's this variegation of a red and lavender with some speckles of blue. Next we have this yarn. This is from Small Fish Yarns, and it's the colorway Gingerbread Cookies. This is a fingering weight yarn. I think it's a sock yarn. Yeah, this is 80/20 superwash merino and nylon. I just really like the brown color that it has, and it has speckles of like a Christmas cookie sprinkle kind of vibe. So I really like how it looks. Next, we have this sock set. This is from Fireweed Fibre Co. This is in the base Sweet Pea Socks. This is the colorway Yuela. It's from her Valentine's Day collection of 2023, I believe. This is a nice medium pink with a bit of a darker pink and yellow, with a mini of a deep purplish red or reddish purple plum. Okay, I'm gonna base this off of memory because I really don't remember. This is a fingering weight yarn by, I think, Remii's Yarn and Roving or Remii's Roving and Yarn. I'm really sorry. And I think this is either one of a kind colorway, or like they just didn't make too much of it, but I got one skein. This is, I believe, Pumpkin Cheesecake, the colorway name, or something similar. And it's a really nice soft tonal of a yellowy creamy orange with a little bit of speckle of oranges, and I think this is really cute, even though I don't really like pumpkin stuff. Next, we have a pastel sock set, well, more like a neon pastel sock set from Wildflower Yarns, and this is from a advent calendar as well. This is one of the color that was available to purchase after the advent calendar. Well, I think all of them were available to purchase, but I only got this color with a mini. And this color is called Ethereal Skies. And it's just this variegation pastel neon with white. Next, we have this. So this is from Fireweed Fibre Co. And it's called Christmas Tree Farm. It is in their Sweet Pea Sock base. That's a 80/20 superwash merino 2-ply. It is a variegation of a green, blue, white, brown with a bit of everything, with a bit of fuchsia, a bit of yellow, a bit of turquoise. It is a lot, but I love it. It looks really good. Next, we have this from Feisty Fibres, and this is their Rocking Socks, which is a 80/20 blend sock. And this is the Knit City Mix 2022 in the color pink. And it's a variegation yarn of a neon pink. Well, is this more like a variegation or like a big splotch, like speckle? Cause yeah, I don't know, but it has neon pink and a bit of black and on a white base. The knitted fabric looks like camouflage, which is pretty cool. This is from Mama Jess Knits, and it's the DK Socks. It's a 75/25 base. This is the colorway Peppermint Cocoa. I had a phase where I really love this kind of yarn where it has like a dark brown and a white with like speckles. So I have this, and I have the Peppermint Mocha from Hawari Bazaar. That's like all from the same phase. Next, we have this. This is Campfiber yarns, and it's a non-superwash fingering, which is a 100% non-superwash merino. And this colorway is called New Beginnings. I believe this is in the Spring Woodlands collection. And it's a soft, like muted green variegation with a bit of yellow and some speckles of orange. And this looks really muted, but the actual color on a superwash base is actually more vibrant than this. But just a non-superwash yarn takes dye different than a superwash. So on a non-superwash, it's gonna look like a watercolor, more like diluted kind of, than on a superwash yarn. Lastly, of this bag, we have this yarn, also from Campfiber Yarn. And this is Early Morning Sunrise on soft sock base, which is a 85/15 superwash merino and nylon. This is a variegation yarn of a custard yellow, I would say, with a purple-ish color. And I really like the combination of the two. I don't know if it's because like yellow and purple is like complementary color, and I just feel like these kind of color looks really good together. Of course, they're like purple and yellow that doesn't look good together, but I feel like Laura did a good job to like pair these colors together. Next bag. So next we have Campfiber yarns. This is the colorway Winter Sunrise, and it's the same color that I'm wearing. This is my Road Tripper Tee by Ozetta, and I use this colorway for it. This is a Merino Squish Sport, and it's a 100% superwash merino. It's so soft. I do really like this color. It is a variegation of purple. So you have a light purple, which is like this. It's like almost white with a purple tint, with like a pink purple, and then a medium cool tone purple with like a darker cool tone purple. And the combination is so good, with some speckles of black and a tiny bit of yellow and red. Yeah, I just really like how it looks. And I think in sweater form, it does look really good too. This is from November Kin. She is a Asian Canadian dyer. This is a colorway called Celebration, the classic sock base, which is an 80/20. And this is a Chinese New Year color, I believe. It's a speckle yarn of blue, yellow, red. I think the blue and yellow made a bit of green, so that's pretty cool. And I think this would look really cool as a sock, or a contrast color for like a black colorwork sweater. That would look really cool. Next, we have Typical Bliss. This is the colorway Stargirl, and this is actually one of the color that really pushed me to buy the advent calendar pre-order from 2022. And this is the Fingering Wool, and it's a 80/20 base. I already used this yarn on something, and it was a gift knit. I used this on Circe. It is a lace sleeve tee, and the body is stockinette with the same lace pattern on the side. And I gave it to my mom, and it looks really good on her. But I still have 2 skeins and a little bit of this, so I can actually make another tee for myself. And I found out that knitted tee For me, I think I'm gonna wear them as layering pieces because I don't know how well they're gonna wear in summer. Because already with my knitted tank, they tend to get like messed up because it's sweaty. So I don't want to like kind of quote unquote ruin them. So they're probably most likely going to be layering pieces if I make tees, but I'm probably gonna try to wear it in summer. The weather here is like, we don't have spring and fall. We have like 1 week of spring and it's like bam, summer. It's like 2 degrees and then a week of like 17 to 20 degrees, which is like super comfortable, and then 35. So yeah, maybe I'll make another tee of this. Who knows? This yarn, definitely one of my all-time favorite yarn. This is the Scranton Stitcher yarn in DK weight, which is a 100% superwash merino in the colorway Fruit Loops, which is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous color of a white, creamy white base with, you're interrupting me talking about my favorite yarn. Why do you have to do this? He's being really cute. I'm so sorry. I don't even know if it's like a variegation or a speckle yarn because it's like big splotches of color on a creamy white, and it's like a whole rainbow of the colors, and they're all pastel colors. And I just absolutely love this color. I have 2 weight of this yarn, and I don't usually do that. I have a sweater quantity in finger and weight, and I have a sweater quantity in DK weight, and Katie Sue is bringing this back. I think either the shop update is going on right now or very, very soon. So if you want to grab this color, definitely grab this color. And I really hope that she brings this back over and over and over again, because I can never get enough of this yarn and I can never get over this yarn. And Katie Sue, if you're watching this video, you're a genius for making this yarn. I really love this yarn. Next yarn is my hand spun. I already talked about this in my previous podcast, but it is a full sweater quantity of this beige yarn. The fiber is from Stash Lounge, and it is the colorway 50 Shades of Beige, and it's this very soft tonal of beige. So you have like a darker beige and a lighter beige, and I think it's just, it looks really nice. This is most likely going to be a haze sweater with another color, and I talked about the details in another podcast, so go take a look if you want. Let's do this bag. Next, we have a Lichen and Lace sock train. This is the color Autumn Iris, and it's a variegation of a, I believe it's supposed to be a white base, but it's like tinted with the brown. So it's like a light brown with a dark brown and turquoise, and you have some indigo blue at the bottom here as well. I don't remember which month, but I believe it's October. So it does remind me of like a haunted house vibe because Halloween. No, the label. Next we have a Lichen and Lace. It came with this sock train, but this time is a sock set. Sometimes it has like tiny surprises in the shipment, so that's pretty cool. All the Lichen and Lace sock is in their 80/20 sock, and it's a 80/20 like superwash merino and nylon, but we did get an email that the following, like starting from January of 2024, they're changing up the sock base, and it's going to be an organic merino, I believe. Yeah, it's still going to be a 80/20 sock base, but the merino is organic and the nylon is recycled. So props to them for doing that, and I love that. So this colorway is Blackberry Pie. I always thought it was Blueberry Pie. Anyway, Blackberry Pie, and it's a variegation of a purple, this really dark green blue, and a medium blue, pale blue, and some yellow for the pie crust. Then it came with a mini, which is the same purple as the purple variegation here. I think it just looked really cool. Oh, the mini color is called Plum Jam. Next, we have my hand spun yarn. The fiber is from House of Wool. It's 100% Polworth. This is actually a leftover of a hand spun that I did, a gradient, and this is one of the last color in the gradient. It went from a maroon red to a dark purple like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's like 29 grams, So, scrap project, anybody? There's fibers mixed in this too, so because I just kind of like shove everything together, so it's organized chaos. I know where everything is. Next is this gorgeous fiber from House of Wool when they still had their mystery club. This is a BFL and C-cell, I believe, fiber, and I think the white streaks are the C-cell, and I've never worked with that before. I have spun BFL before, but I find it kind of itchy, so I don't know what I should do with the yarn. Maybe it should be a gift knit because some people definitely don't find BFL itchy, so I don't know. This is a rainbow braid. I'm kind of like saving it because the color is really pretty and I really like to see like the white streaks. It just like gives me a tidal wave vibe. So yeah, I'll spin this up one day. Speaking of fiber, this is my other braid of fiber. I don't think I have any more fibers. We're back to the I don't have any more fiber to spin, so I'm not spinning phase. Anyway, this is Pastel Tweed from Stash Lounge, and I think it's their store blend because they do have like store exclusives. So I don't know if they have like drum carters and they do their own blends. But anyhow, this is really cute. It is a variegation variegation fiber, and it has turquoise, pink, purple, and some tweed bits, like these black bits, and a tiny bit of gray. More organized. These look so pretty together. This is from Lillian Pine, and it's a ice cream mini set. I love the color. Why did I get it? Because it's named after food and it's pastel. So you have like cookies and cream and probably like mint chocolate, strawberry, don't know what this one is, and this one is probably cookies and cream, and this one, I think it's dulce de leche. I'm sorry for my pronunciation, I'm really bad at Spanish. And this one I have no idea. But it's my kind of color. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I love pastel colors and also speckle yarn. So this is just like my Achilles heel. And when it went on sale at a yarn store, I just couldn't help myself. Next, we're going to talk about these two together because it came in a set. This is a sock set from Lillian Pines. It's the colorway Starfish, I believe. So the main color is this white base with speckles of like crazy colors. I have a bunch of neon colors and some like dark purple. Then the mini is a bright Barbie-ish neon pink. I haven't touched the pink one yet, but the main color has been used in another thing, which I used in my I Heart socks, I believe. And I really want to remake the I Heart socks, but I probably won't have enough of this. If I have 50 grams of this, I probably have enough, to be honest. So this is the same orange as this one, and this is from NikkiSlipp shop. It's a set of mini that they have, and I think it's the colorway 17. It doesn't say, you betrayed me. So it's called Peeking Through the Trees, and it's their sock base and fingering weight. I needed a green that was in this, and I see the mini that's there. So I needed this green, and I almost have none of it left. It went into my Tiptoe Through the Tulips socks, and I had to get another set of this to get the green because she doesn't sell individual ones. So yeah, I have another set of this autumn color. Stone Knits has like a autumn socks, Jesus Christ. I'm tired. It's like 8 p.m. So I'm kind of losing it here. But it doesn't matter. We're going to keep going. We have a lot to keep going to. But yeah, Stone Knit has a autumn leaves socks. And I think these would be perfect for it. I just don't know what base. Yeah, I don't know what base to use with this. Maybe like Sky Coffee that I just talked about. Like the really soft brown and lavender color. Who knows? So this is Amano Sammy. And this is a yarn that I don't know what to do with. But I still want to keep making stuff with it. But I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. Because I have a sweater quantity. And it's a either sport or DK weight yarn. It is 100% Peruvian Pima organic cotton, so this is pretty good. I just don't like cotton yarn. So maybe I'll try to knit it in winter when my hands are less prone to be sweaty instead of summer. Because once it's summer and like the needles are wet-ish, this yarn just doesn't move. So that's a big hindrance of me not using this yarn. And I used it in another project. I used it in the Marigold Tea from Winter Weather's Knits. And I want to frog that project because I don't think the size is right. I don't think the gauge is right. And the lace part keeps messing up for me. So I'm going to use this yarn for something else that I will like better. Oh, I forgot to mention the color. This is a medium butterfly pea flower kind of color, but it's like muted. It's not that vibrant, but it's a medium blue that's like a indigo tone-ish. I talked about how much I love this yarn, so I'm not gonna babble about this yarn too much. It is Fruit Loops by the Scranton Stitcher, and this is in the fingering weight. I am making a cardigan with this. I'm making the Fall End cardigan by Soup Knits, and it's not going well. It's really not going well. I casted that cardigan on, I think, beginning of 2023 or at the end of 2022, and I separated for sleeves, and it's just there. It's just kind of sitting. It's not that I don't love the yarn. It's not that I don't love the combination of the yarn, because I paired it with a fluffy yarn to make a DK weight. I love the fabric. It looks so good, but it hurts my arm when I do it. It's in broken rib, and the ribbing motion of like a knit and purl back and forth kind of just mess with my arm and wrist. So I can't work on it for a long time, and it kind of just like puts me off on working on it, which I hate because I really want that cardigan. The broken rib texture just makes the whole thing like so squishy, and it's going to be so warm and soft, but I can't bring myself to work on it too much. I don't know what to do. I don't want to frog it. It's really good. I just can't work on it too much. Ooh, we got through another bag again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more bags to go. We went through 3.5. This video is already very long. This is Fireweed Fibre Co. Snow Globe in Violet Socks. So this is a 80-10-10 superwash merino cashmere nylon blend. And this feels luxurious because it has that 10% cashmere in it. I don't know why, but it just makes it feel so much softer. It is a variegation of a light turquoise, a light lavender, a bit of speckles of red, blue, and purple at the bottom. I made a moonset pullover by Ozetta with this yarn held with a Kama Rose fluffy yarn, and it turned out cute. It's just a little short, but I usually wear a t-shirt underneath, so it doesn't really matter. We have Wildflower yarn, and this is the colorway Blossom in sock base. What is this? 75-25. Every time I say like the percentage, just assume the bigger percentage is superwash merino and the smaller percentage is nylon. That's usually what sock yarn is, because with a merino you get the softness, but with the nylon you get the sturdiness. But anyway, this is a soft pink with speckles of neon pink, red, orange, and a bit of green. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this yarn. I've had this yarn in my stash for so long. I was planning on getting like a fluffy yarn to hold with this, but I think I could just make like a fingering weight sweater or something, but I don't have plans for this yarn. Next, we have the Frosted Stitch, and this is in Deep Freeze DK in the colorway, it's not written. It is written, Key Lime Pie. So remember in 2023 on Pie Day, March 14th, a bunch of indie dyers came up with pie inspired yarn. I really hope that they do that this year, but I probably won't be able to buy any. I wasn't planning on buying any of the yarn until I saw this one, and I kind of just died a little. I got a sweater quantity of this in DK. It is a variegation yarn of a custard yellow, lime green, like a Kelly/meadow green, a medium light brown, and a dark brown. It has like speckles of things a bit all over, and it just looks like a key lime pie as a yarn. I had planned with this yarn. I was going to make a Max sweater by Joanna Garish by Calibri. I was gonna do that. I was gonna get some Skein Double Sunday in the colorway Dark Honey, that's 2543, but I think that colorway is getting discontinued, and I actually don't know if the variegation is gonna hinder with the checker pattern, because the Max sweater is a DK weight, like large checker pattern. I don't know how much the variegation is gonna hinder with the checker pattern, so I think it's better if I use a easier yarn, like a less variegated yarn, for example this, but it has to be in DK weight, to make the sweater. But I didn't purchase that Skein Double Sunday, so I never started the sweater, even though I said I would. But you know, I'm just like a sporadic cast on knitting person, so I don't always follow my plans. Next, we have Campfiber yarns in the colorway Cherry Blossom. I got the label like misprinted. Pretty sure just an honest mistake, but it is the colorway Cherry Blossom in the non-superwash DK base, which is a 100% non-superwash merino. And I've always wanted to try non-superwash yarn because most of my yarn is superwash merino, and I love the vibrant color, but I also want to try like non-superwash. I just want to see how it like wears. This is a variegation of pink. You have a light, medium, and a dark pink in like the cool tone Cherry Blossom-ish color. Have a sweater quantity of this. I don't know what to do with this. It's from like Campfiber Yarn Spring Woodlands collection. Stay hydrated. Okay, we need to keep moving. Next bag. Typical Bliss in fingering weight. This is the colorway Louise. This is one of the Patreon color. This is a variegation yarn of beige, light orange, and a bit of blue. And it just kind of reminds me of like orange creamsicle. And next, we're back to Campfiber yarns. This is the colorway Cherry Blossom once again, but in soft sock, which is a 8525, and it's the same color, just in superwash. And as you can see, it's like, it's not a lot more vibrant, but the speckles are a lot more defined than non-superwash. This is superwash. So that's the cool part about this and that. So next we have Campfiber yarn in the colorway Shadowed Forest. I got this in 100% superwash merino in fingering weight, and this is a variegation yarn of a dark forest green with white and speckles of, I think this is black, or it's the same, probably the same green, and a bit of brown. And I have 2 skeins of this. I'm probably going to make a tee. Next we have Fireweed Fibre Co. All of my yarn, Typical Bliss, Fireweed Fibre Co., Campfiber yarn, Lichen and Lace, and Scranton Stitcher. That's most of it, and everything else is just miscellaneous. So you're gonna hear these names a lot again. But yeah, Fireweed Fibre Co. This is colorway Gingerbread in Violet Sock. I have another Skein and Sweet Pea sock. I don't know why I got 2 separate ones. So I'm probably going to make a tee for this as well, because for me to have a tee fit comfortably in terms of length, I need 2 skeins of fingering weight. So yeah, it's probably gonna be turned into a tee. This is also in the phase of like the brown with white and speckle. So this is a, it's not as dark as the other one, but it's a medium-ish to dark brown with white and speckles of red, neon pink, and a bit of green. It's very cute. For a reference, this is the other skein, but it looks pretty much the same. Oh, this is a 4-ply and this is a 2-ply. So yeah, they kind of look different, but in a sweater, nobody would know. Ooh, we gone through another bag. So this is from J'adore Fibre, and this is the colorway Cinnamon Roll in Fire DK. This is a 7525, and it's inspired by Cinnamon Roll from the Sanrio collection. It's a white base with a bit of pink and blue, and it's used in a sweater that I gave to my mom because I made a partner pullover by Lydia Morrow and it didn't fit me right, so I just gave it to my mom. I was like, hey mom, you like this sweater? She's like, yeah. And I just took it off and I gave it to her. Next, this is a just, it was outside the bag because it's really new. This is, what's the brand? Yeah, this is the Rurum Natura, and in the line Gilead in the color poivre et sel, so pepper and salt. And this is it's soft marl in a muted like camel-ish color, like a dark beige. This is gonna be a sweater for my mom. I am making a home v-neck sweater by Cosy, and I'll be talking about it in my next podcast. More yarn! We're getting into hand spun category. If you watch my everything I made in 2023, you've seen this. This is Monster Mash by, the fiber is by Skein Appeal, and it's a 100% superwash merino, I think. And I spun this in DK. It's a variegation fiber of the Halloween colors, but in pastel. So you have some purple, you have green, you have orange, and a bit of white. I just really like the results. Next, this is another hand spun, and the fiber is by Curious Fox Fibre. And I don't have the colorway name. I don't even know if it has a color name, but this is 100% merino wool. I don't know if it's super wash. This is in a worsted weight, and I spun this woolen actually, so it's a different fiber distributing technique while spinning. It's the best I can describe it, but I think this is like a color, it's like a holiday color. It has red, green, white, and mint, and a bit of salmon, and it's pretty cute, I think. It has like gold in it too, but very small amount of it, and I can't find any right now. Next is, oh yeah, I also buy a lot from Wildflower yarn. They're from the UK, and every time they send me yarn, my yarn package, they put like Yorkshire tea in it, and my boyfriend is kind of obsessed with Yorkshire tea, so he's been saving those tea package, and his friend recently sent him like a whole box of Yorkshire tea, and he's like, I can finally drink this. Sidetrack. This is Wildflower yarn in the colorway Unicorn Poop. And I think this is one of their most iconic colorway, and this is the vibrant version of the Unicorn Poop. When I first purchased this, I didn't see the pastel version available, but I just really wanted like a in-your-face neon rainbow kind of thing. Or I thought this was more pastel than this, but honestly I'm not mad about it because it's really pretty. This is a leftover, and I have a half skein somewhere. Yeah, I see it. I have a half skein somewhere, but I also have a full skein. I think I'll be able to make at least a vest or something out of it. I already made a vest with this. I made the Sil pullover by Petite Knit, and the neckline, armhole, and bottom ribbing, I did it in white, so I kind of just like framed the yarn really well. And I also did the stitch count wrong, so instead of a large, I made an extra large, so it's like a really oversized fit, which I wasn't happy about, but I'm not really mad about it either. I can make something else with this, but I have no plan currently. I need to make a pair of mittens or gloves or whatever. This is probably a good choice. Who knows? Next, we have Lichen and Lace in the colorway Spring Thaw. This is also a sock train. Actually, for all the Lichen and Lace, they're all sock train because I didn't buy any other yarn from Lichen and Lace before. I've always liked their yarn, but I just never like got to buying it. But I have a bunch of their sock trains now, so. This is a variegation of a medium blue, like a water blue, and a mossy green. And it just reminds me of a swamp. And I like the color. I think the Spring Thaw is like a really nice name for this. Next, we have Fireweed Fibre Co. in the colorway Forget Me Not. This is actually the colorway that made me purchase from Fireweed Fibre Co. because of this like dreamy blue and lavender color. I really like this. They have a DK Tweedy base, and I really want to make the Tide sweater. Is that what it's called? By Ozetta. The one where it's like, it looks like waves. That sweater by Ozetta. I really want to make that with the Tweedy base of this color. But this is a variegation yarn of a blue and lavender. Next, this is J'adore Fibre in Dua Fingering. This is a 80-20 base, and in the colorway Sporty Spice. It is a variegation of a soft green and a soft blue. So this is by Remii's Roving and Yarn in the colorway Stained Glass, and this base is 82% superfine alpaca, and 13% merino wool, 5% nylon. So this is a boucle base, and it's a pink base with variegation-ish of like green, orange, yellow, purple, a bit of everything. I really like this color. I don't like working with boucle, however. If you've been here for a while, you know I made a Ghost Whisperer top and it doesn't fit right and I never wear it and it's too hot for summer. A lot of problem with that. I should frog it. I should repurpose this yarn because it's gorgeous, but I just never got to it because Next we have Campfiber yarns, and this colorway is Roasted Marshmallows, and this is in Vibrant 80/20, so a 80/20 base. I don't know, I just really like this color. It's a reddish beige base with some brown and speckles of like orange, like a toasted marshmallow, like a roasted marshmallow. Next we have this color from Baa Realis Fibres, and this is the Baby Yoda color. It came with 2 mini skeins. It came with these 2 mini skeins, and I mainly just want this because we started watching The Mandalorian, and it's my favorite Star Wars series, I think. It literally made me watch the entire Star Wars franchise. Yeah, I hate the new movies with Rey. I don't like them. They're really well done. I just don't like the story. Controversial maybe, but who knows. I really like The Mandalorian though. And this is just the perfect Baby Yoda color. And I know he's not Baby Yoda, but for people who hasn't watched it, you don't know who he is, so he's Baby Yoda. We've gone through another bag. This is another handspun. It's just a variegation fiber of like a neon-ish green, turquoise, blue, and purple. I think it looks pretty good together. And this is either 100% BFL, Blue Face Leicester, or a BFL sock, which would be probably 80% BFL and 20% nylon. And this fiber is from NikkiSlipp shop. We're on our last bag of full skein. All the other ones are either commercial yarn or partial skeins. I have a few full skein here and there, but they're caked up, so it doesn't look like this. First, we have Lichen and Lace in the colorway Festive Plaid, and this is the last colorway of the Sock Train 2023. It is a variegation yarn of green, red, blue, and a tiny bit of a white base that's mixed with the green and the green. I keep calling blue green. The blue and the red, it makes like a light lavender color. Next, we have Campfiber yarns in the colorway Sugar Plum Glow, and I bought it with Campfiber yarn in the colorway Holiday Eggnog. I made my alley sweater in this combination. So the Holiday Eggnog is a creamy beige base with a bit of orange here and there and a speckles of like holiday cookie sprinkles kind of color. And it has a purple sprinkle in it that matches Sugar Plum Glow, which is a dark purple tonal. And this is actually a drink inspired collection that went on year round. I missed that, but I would have lost a lot of money on that. This is actually from December 2022, I believe. Laura of Campfiber Yarn, the dyer of this company, she started making an alley sweater in exactly this color, so the beige as the base and the purple as the contrast, and I kind of wanted it. So when my mom asked me what I want for Christmas, I said, buy me yarn. Thus born my alley sweater. Next, we have this from Typical Bliss. This is the colorway Nahoko. Yeah, I think it's an H. If I've been saying this wrong, it would be really embarrassing, but I haven't watched the Rin Rises in a long time. I watched it twice, but that's about it, like a long time ago. This is the other Patreon yarn that I have, and it's a variegation of a cream white base with lavender and blue. A bunch of Lichen and Lace. So this is Wildflower Remix from Lichen and Lace. It is a variegation of like a yellowish green with like a turquoisey green with some blue, red, and a golden-ish yellow. Very summery. Maybe I can make a summer tank with this. Like a totally tank top I Jessie made with this. That looked really cool. Next is Moon Mist, also by Lichen and Lace. And this is a variegation of a cool tone blue, like a light blue with some muted purple and yellow. Another Lichen and Lace. This is Bluebell Beginnings, and it is a medium blue with some like ochre yellow and a medium brown. Next is the Scranton Stitcher in the colorway Lucky Charm. And this is a base? More like an orangey beige with like the Lucky Charm marshmallow colors. So another like rainbow-ish yarn. Oh, the base kind of looks like graham crackers-ish. But it's like supposed to be the puff cereal of the Lucky Charm. I've never had Lucky Charm in my life. I've had the marshmallow, but I've never had Lucky Charm in my life, which is kind of wild. Next yarn we have Illimani Sabri, and this is the colorway Orchid, number 28. This is a, 85% cotton and 15% baby alpaca. A lot of people like this cotton yarn, but I still don't like it that much because it's cotton. But the color is really nice. It just doesn't knit nice. Like the knitting process isn't too nice. Maybe I just can't do plant fibers, so. I have another one of this and it's pink and I don't know where it went. I logged it onto my Ravelry and it just disappeared. I think my cat either stashed it somewhere or they played with it and it's like behind something somewhere. When we move, I'm gonna find it, I'm pretty sure. But it's gone now. Next we have Typical Bliss in the colorway Knitting in the Park. And this is also the pre-order after 2022 Advent thing. And this is a variegation of cream white with a light orange, a light purple, and a light but like medium-ish blue. It reminds me of like knitting in the park, but like the park is in the middle of like high rise, a bit like Central Park. So there's like the sunset and the buildings are kind of like reflecting the sun. I don't know why I'm describing things that it reminds me of, but I kind of just like see images in my head when I see these. Then we have Fireweed. This is not Fireweed Fibre. We have J'adore Fibres in the colorway Cinnamon Roll, and this is in Fluffy Lace. This is 74% baby cereal alpaca, and I cannot read, 16% silk. So this is a Surrey and fluffy yarn. I have another skein of this. Maybe one day if I get some white yarn, I can make a vest that's fluffy. Next we have Feisty Fibre, Yes Surrey in the colorway Trippin'. And this is 74% baby cereal alpaca and 26. Oh, the other one is 26%. Okay, I can't count. 26% silk. Yeah, this is another like fluffy yarn. I also kind of want to hold it with white just so it doesn't hinder with the color. But it's Trippin' is like the Feisty Fibre color that I got into, and I think it was inspired by like June and Pride Month, so it has a bit of every color and I just really like those. All right, we're getting into the miscellaneous cakes, and I'm only going to talk about the ones that I haven't talked about. If there's like leftovers that I still have in skein form, I'm going to skip them. Let's quickly skim through these three. These are my very first spinning projects, and these are on spindles. As you can see, they are whatever. And I actually don't remember where the fiber's from. I think this is a random wool fiber from Amazon, and these two are from a fiber company called On a Quest for Fiber, I think, but I don't know if they sell anymore. Just to show my my beginner spinning project, and compared to what I can do now, you can do it too. Don't remember what this is, but I think this is Peruvian Highland wool. I got this from Boutique Crochet & Co., which is unfortunately closed. I made a pair of like fingerless mitts with this, and it was my first time freehanding a fingerless mitts, and one is a lot bigger than the other one, so I don't really use them. And also the yarn is kind of itchy on my hand, so. But it's a really nice like autumn color, It's a medium, like pumpkin spice-ish orange with soft variegation of like muted green and a bit of a darker orange. It looks really nice. Next, we have this. What's this from? This is from Dyed and True, and it's their sock base in the colorway Raven, I believe. And it's just a plain black sock yarn that I also got from Boutique Crochet & Co. I made a I'm Batty for Halloween socks with this, with 2 other yarn that I'm going to talk about. And I still have some left over. Next, we have this. What is this color? Oh my god. The label is like eaten by the silk. So this is one of my very first The Wandering Flock yarn. And it's Lavender Highlight in their mohair base. I think it's 7426 as well. 7228. Kidsil mohair and silk. So yeah, not much to say. This is a very classic The Wandering Flock color with a cool tone lavender color and a neon yellow. This is Essence of Autumn Chameleon, I think. These are all cakes, and I don't have a habit of putting the label inside of the cake. And also these are like half used. So the labels are somewhere or in the garbage. It's organized chaos. I know where everything is. But this is a sock yarn, and it's a like natural cream white base with variegation of green. So you have like neon green and like cool tone medium green with some speckles of red or maybe neon pink. And you have like a darker turquoise as well. I don't even know if you can see these. If like all of these are blurry, then oh well. So this is my leftover of typical Bliss taro milk tea in mohair. And I don't remember what's the fiber content, but it's mohair and silk. I just don't remember the percentages. Yeah, I thought I didn't have this yarn anymore, so I started using another mohair from Knitting for Olive. But turned out I still have a full skein in my stash. I just forgot about it. And I was digging at some point and I found it, and now I have like most of the skein. This is Campfiber yarn in the colorway Girlfriend. It's one of the sock base, I don't remember which one. But this is my first Campfiber yarn skein, and I purchased this from my local yarn store. And it's a soft pink base with a bunch of speckles of a light orange, a darker pink, some blue, and some red. This color is really cute. I made a pair of, what's it called? Berry Special socks? Is it what it's called? The strawberry socks from Stone Knits. I made a pair of that, but it was my first pair of colorwork socks, so the tension is all wrong. But I have enough to make another pair. I just need actual red. Because I made the strawberry with Fireweed Fibre Code Tickle Pink, and it's a pink, it's not a red. But I think this is a great base for strawberry socks. I have progressed.
I see that.
I only have these left. Wait, this is done. I only have these left. Next yarn. What is this from? This yarn is Yoriko Oki in the colorway Big Bang, and this is worsted weight. It's this crazy variegation of a white, red, blue, green, yellow, and I love how it looks like. I just don't like what I made with. So I made the jacket number 1 with this. It was my first time making a double knitted button band, and I don't think I did it right, so it was really tight and it kind of just messed up the entire cardigan. One day I will repurpose the yarn or probably re-knit the cardigan, but we'll see. We're gonna wait because I have too many one-day project. I have too many we're gonna do this project, and I also cast on way too much. So this is from Myrtle Yarn, and it's the color Celebration, I think. I don't remember, and I can't find it anymore. But it's from Myrtle Yarn, and it's a superwash merino and nylon base. This is a pink base with speckles of red and green. I keep calling blue green. Red and blue. You can see. Red and blue. And it has a bit of like yellow and green somewhere here and there, but it's mainly pink. We're almost to the end. Almost being the keyword. Next, we have Hidden Pawn yarn. and this is the colorway Lucky Lilac. I made the partner pullover by Lydia Morrow with this yarn, and the cinnamon roll from J'adore Fibre, and this is the main color. It's a lilac. I'm gonna talk about these two together because they're the same yarn, just in different weight. This is Feisty Fibre in the colorway Trippin', and it's a variegation of, I think it was supposed to be like pink, yellow, and blue, but since they're all mixing together, they made a lot of different colors. So basically a whole rainbow in here. And I have a full skein-ish in DK, and I have a bit left in sock because I made a pair of socks. Did I make a pair of socks? Yeah, I made a pair of socks, but I'm not wearing it because I was stupid and I used a non-superwash yarn in the socks, and then I washed it in the washing machine. I made a full sweater with the DK8, which is my Serene sweater by Kadri, and it was my first indie dyed yarn sweater. I have almost one full skein left over, or this is one full skein, I don't remember. And I had a fingering weight of this, the same color, and I used Emilia Philomene in the line is Josephine, I think, and it's 100% non-superwash merino, and I put it in the washing machine. So yeah, that pair of socks is done. But it's the Go Fish socks, I think. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I don't remember the designer, I'm gonna put it. But I still have a bunch of this, and I have a bit of this, but I kind of don't want to make another pair of fish socks. But this color is Andrew Warhol. I don't know what to do with these. I just have a bunch of, I don't know what to do with these yarn. I was originally making I don't remember what the sweater is called, but it's by Lydia Morrow. But that sweater, it was supposed to have 3 contrasting color, and I was gonna do this, but I never got to it. So this I talked about. These 2 are from Fireweed Fibre Co, and it's from the Star Trek collection that they have. So this color is Crystalline Entity. It is a light purple base with a little bit of a darker purple, like a lilac purple, and speckles of red and blue. Then this is There Is Coffee in That Nebula. I don't know any of these references because I never watched Star Trek, but the yarn is cool. And this is a variegation of a deep cool tone purple with yellow and pink and a pinkish red. Yeah, I was gonna pair them together. I even made a swatch, I just never did it. I'm gonna talk about these 2 together because they're the same colorway. This is from Woolerton Estate yarn. It's the indie company by Zoe of Boutique Crochet & Co. This colorway, do not remember, can't find it online. But this base is Cousin Barley, and it's the baby cereal alpaca base. And this is Barbarella, which is the DK 7525 superwash merino and nylon. I want to say this color is eucalyptus, but I really don't remember. I made a pair of
Same.
I made a pair of fingerless mitts with these 2 for my mom because she was complaining about having cold hands. She wears them, so that kind of makes me happy. And that pair of fingerless mitts was self-drafted, so I don't have the pattern for it, but it was just, you know, me looking up Ravelry pattern, kind of gauge like the construction of how people make mittens, and voila, doing a swatch in negative ease, blah blah blah. This is the Wandering Flock Spring Fever in DK. Don't remember the fiber content because I don't have the label anymore. And this is a like really pale pink, like even like a soft salmon-ish pink with a darker pink, some light purple, and some light blue, almost at green again. And I made a anchor sweater with this by Petite Knit. Not too happy about the fit if you saw my what I made in 2023 video, but honestly, I can live with it. I'd probably redo it one day, but I can live with it right now. I have almost a full skein left, and as usual, don't know what to do with it. Oh my god, I remember none of this. This is a thrifted skein It's by Songbird Yarn Fibre. Don't remember the colorway name. It's a variegation of pink and purple with a bit of yellow speckles. It's cute. Somebody didn't want it, so I picked it up. I was making a self-drafted like raglan sweater with all of my, I think this was marked as worsted, but it really looks like a DK. Yeah, I was making a self-drafted raglan sweater with all of my scrap DK yarn, but I just kind of gave up. So that's sitting in my stash. I don't remember this, but this is from Log Cabin Fibre. Yeah, the color, don't remember at all, but it's a white base with black and orange speckles. I really want to say this has something to do with like pumpkin, but I can't say for sure. And I made a pair of socks with this and a brown of a mini from the NikkiSlipp shop mini set. And I made the coffee time socks, I think that's what it's called, by Stoneit, for my mom. She really likes those. She wears them like constantly, and she keeps complaining about the fact that she doesn't have enough hand-knit socks. So I gave her another pair of hand-knit socks for Christmas, and I'm probably going to keep making her hand-knit socks because, I don't know, she likes it. I don't want to talk about this. This is ugly. Not ugly in the sense of the yarn is ugly, it's just the cake is ugly. This is a hand-spun yarn, and the fiber is by Fireweed Fibre Co. It's two colors that I put together, Lake House and Daffodil, in the base Targi Bamboo Silk. I talked about this multiple times and now I'm blanking on the name, but yeah, I made a home camisole by Kadri, and I talked extensively about it in my podcast and my what I made in 2023 video. So go check them out because this video is getting way too long. So the whole time that I was talking about my Moonset pullover by Ozetta, I keep saying that I don't know what the color of the fluffy yarn that I used was. I cannot pronounce it, but it's the colorway 9510. And it's this muted medium blue. And I still have like 2 skeins and a half of it, which is not a sweater quantity. And yeah, it's probably just gonna sit there for a bit. I can probably make a hat, but I don't have enough of this. Do I have another blue yarn? I have another blue yarn, it's fine. I can probably pair this with like Forget Me Not, or I can make a hat with Snow Globe, because I still have 1 skein of Snow Globe, so I can have like a Moonset pullover and hat combo. This is J'adore Fibre. I think the sock set is Fruit Basket. The sock set is called Fruit Basket. I have no way to verify that now because it was a one of a kind sock set, and I don't have the label anymore. I don't even think there's anything on the label, but it's a orange base with a like orange yellow and a reddish like orangey red. It looks really nice knitted up, and I used it in my Tiptoe Through the Tulips socks as the flower color. Same in the Tiptoe Through the Tulips socks. Can't believe I just said that without biting my tongue. The base color for that pair of socks is this Fireweed Fibre Co. Black Emerald, and I think this is Sweet Peach sock. It's just a nice dark green tonal yarn. I have a mystery ball from, I think, Fireweed Fibre Co. I think this is just like a random mini that just came with a order at some point, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what fiber content this is. I don't know what color this is, but it's a variegation of a teal with some metal Kelly green. Oh wow, look at me putting the label back onto the skein. So I frogged a effervescent sweater by Amy Sher because I was trying to do a gradient but it wasn't working. So this is Cozy Posy yarn in the colorway Sassy in a sock base, so fingering weight. So this is a mint base with speckles of neon color. So you have neon orange, pink, and green, and a bit of yellow. So this is the yarn base that I used to make the Itencel socks that I gave to my mom, and it was a test knit for my friend Cozy Mint Knit. And it looks really nice with, where is that pink skein? That's gonna be a mystery. I used Lichen and Lace Gladiolus. It's a neon pink skein with this, and I don't know where that skein is. So just imagine neon pink skein, but yeah, I don't know where that is. This is not from Cabin Fibre. This is actually a mini skein from House of Wool with all of these other color. So it was a nice color story, but I'm missing one color, and I think it's a darker pink than this. It's like a shade darker, and it's slightly cooler tone. It's in my I Heart socks, but I think I can make another like color work sock with this because I have enough for some small color work. This is Feisty Fibre glamping. Probably 10 podcasts ago, I talked about this almost every single podcast because I have so much of it. I made a full sweater with this, another serene sweater, but a smaller size this time by Kadri. And I made a full pair of socks. Only that color, only this color, a full pair of socks. And also I used it in a scrap project as well. So yeah, this yarn was used extensively. It's a red yarn, very vibrant, and it's a variegation yarn as well with like more like a neutral red with like an orangey red and like a pinky red. So I really like the combination of that, and it has black speckles somewhere. So this is Cabin Fibre, colorway unknown, probably something peach, probably something blush, but this is what it looks like, and I only have this much left. I have a lot of like bits that I can probably make colorwork socks with, but they kind of just all don't match. Or I can make like big stripe scrap socks. That would be an option too. This is Fireweed Fibre Co. in Tickled Pink. I made a pair of lace socks with this. I think they're called the Cozy Autumn socks. And it was my first pair of lace socks, and I don't know why I don't make more lace socks because they're really nice to wear, to knit, and to look at. I have a tiny leftover of this. This is Cascade 220 Superwash Merino, I believe. In the colorway, do not remember. But it's a medium green, and I made 2 pairs of mittens, fingerless mitts, for my boyfriend because his favorite color is green. Alright, last bag. We're literally on the last bag. First we have, what's this color? Knitting for Olive and Cotton Merino, and this is the colorway Elephant Blue. I was gonna make a summer top with this. I think it's called Another Vest. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. I started making the project. I hated it because it was like 5x2 ribbing. Yeah, I didn't like the experience, on top of me not liking working with this yarn. I only wanted to try because a lot of people give like really good like reviews for this yarn, but I don't know, probably summer fiber just doesn't work with me. But I also got Knitting for Olive Merino. This is their 100% merino in the colorway Caramel. I was planning on making a bra with this, but currently I have 100 grams of this, and I don't think I'm gonna make a bra with this. Next, we have, this is J'adore Fibre. I think this is called Sunflower Field or something. It's a yellow base with speckles of green and brown. It's a really cute color, and I made a oolong tank by Amy Sher with this color, which is Lichen and Lace Dandelion Dreams. I think that's what it's called. I looked it up at some point. And this is a tonal of a, I would say, sunflower yellow. Yeah, it kind of looks similar. It's like a kind of vibrant, kind of muted yellow. I don't know how to describe it, but these two paired really well together. Then I have a full skein of Drops Merino Superfine in the color that's scratched out, 39, 38, 30, who knows, but it's this mustard yellow. And I made a nomad hood for my friend, and we overestimated the yarn, so I just have 1 skein left over. I have some scraps somewhere probably of this, but yeah, I don't know where it is, but I do have 1 full skein. It is a DK weight yarn, and it is really soft, and it's also super wash, so that's pretty cool. Next we have Kamarose Minute Soul in colorway white. I think this is white. It's 9500, and I'm using this with Fruit Loops to make my fallen cardigan. I like the fabric, but you know, it's just not going well. We're at our last yarn. This is our officially last yarn. I didn't talk about the yarn that are currently in project because I will be talking about those in my podcast, or it's already been talked about in previous podcasts. This is just everything that's sitting and not used. This is by Fyberspates and it's the line Cumulus. It is their baby Suri alpaca with silk, I believe. Yeah, 7426 like the other bases. And this is the colorway Natural 928. I used this yarn with Explore Knits Extra Sprinkles to make my Oslo sweater, and I love the result. It looks really nice, but I got lazy with blocking, so I kind of grew a lot after the first wash because I only steam blocked it. But I added some elastic to the cuffs, and I've worn it out twice, and I think it's working well. So I think I'm gonna keep it like that instead of like frogging like I originally thought I was gonna do, and just keep the elastic and see how it goes. And that officially concludes our yarn stash tour. I have stuff to put away now. That's a lot of yarn and a lot of money, but I hope you liked the video. I know one person really wanted this video. Leia, if you're watching this, thank you for pushing me to make this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out Leia's Instagram page. They do a lot of cool knits and they knit really fast. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, this is my yarn stash. And I don't know what I'm talking about. And I hope you enjoyed it. How do I outro?
Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button to get more content on yarn and poor decision making with your money. But also for more videos. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll catch you again at the next time. Goodbye!
Yeah, no, that's not. I still have shit to say. This is gonna be at the end. Thank you so much for watching and spending so much time on this video with me. If you're still here, thank you. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay safe, drink a lot of water. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!